So this season just got substantially more difficult. Hello and welcome back to episode 22 of Non-League to Legend, where we attempt to go from non-league management to winning the Champions League. We're here for our second episode with Nottingham Forest, and things have got even more difficult than when you were last with me. We've played 2 more matches since the last episode. So we've had a match against Ipswich and against Reading. We've lost both of those ones 2-1. As we can see here on the screen, we did switch to a 4-2-3-1 wide just to see how that went. It doesn't go very well. I'd actually say we're better in attack because we made more chances in those matches, but we don't have a striker that can actually convert those chances, and we're weaker in defence automatically. So 4-2-3-1, not the way to go right now. Where I say it's got substantially more difficult, I can see why the previous manager was struggling and was the way they were. I mean, if we have a look at this, if we get rid of the unavailable, that is our entire squad. It's not massive. It's not very big, and we now have another problem. I think I said in the last episode potentially as well, something we did have a problem with was our squad depth, and especially in the defensive positions. So if we have a look at our squad depth now in these defensive positions, we've got the problem over on the left back position where we have Jeffrey Williams. That's basically it. We've also got Ergers, but realistically, he can kind of play there. He's not very good. So we've got let's say we've got 2 left backs, because Fonseca is our right back. So over on our right back position, we've got Fonseca and we've got Tom Lees, who realistically wants to play as a central defender, and we can play as a right back. So we've got absolute maximum 2 right backs. We then have our problem in the centre of defence. Joe Worrell, he's back. I can't say his name, but he's back. Scott McKenna, he's here. Tom Lees, who we've just said, yeah, okay, he can play over on the right. So let's say he's the right wing, and that leaves us with 2 centre-backs, because we have the problem of Embasso. Embasso, it came to the 1st of January, and they've gone, doesn't have a work permit. We should probably apply for one of those. So we've applied, and it's been rejected. So he's out on loan at some place in the Austrian Premier Division at the moment, getting some game time, but we can't even apply for a new work permit until the 30th of April. So we've lost Embasso as our central defender. We're currently rocking out with an absolute maximum, looking at this squad depth, of 2 left backs, 2 right backs and 2 centre backs. 2 centre backs, big problem, considering regardless of what formation I'm playing, I need at least 2 centre backs. And it's not even like I can look at the youth team, because if we do this and we have a quick look at it, realistically, our next best defender we saw in the last episode is James Cowridge. He's actually out on loan now at Bradford City, but he's a Vanarama National standard player. It's not like he's ready for the first team, and we can put him in there a little bit early. Maybe if he was Sky Bet League 1 level, we could kind of go, let's just chuck him in the team and hope for the best. He really is not ready. The best one after that is Finn Back. He's, again, I think Sky Bet League 2 standard player. We might have to just take a punt on him at some point, because he can play as a central defender, he can play as a right back, and we are that buggered on squad depth that we might just have to play him. Obviously we are in the transfer window now, so we are trying to make some transfers, but it's really difficult at the moment. We've gone back to our 4-4-2 currently. This is going to be our lineup for the first match today against Bournemouth. We've got Collins in goal, back four, bizarrely, of Williams, McKenna, Worrell and Fonseca. We've then got Freeman out on the left of midfield, Johnson out on the right, Gojak and Yates in the centre, and then Taylor and Broja up front. Realistically, it's not like we have a lot of other options. This is kind of the team we have to go with. I mean, after substitutes and unavailable players, we've then got 2 players outside of our playing squad today. That's Ben Whiteman and Yasser Espria. Yasser Espria isn't even really fit enough to play this match, so it's kind of a thing of, this is the team you've got, this is the team you're playing with, go out and do something with it. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. We'll attempt to go out and do something with it, because I really don't know what else we can do other than just cross our fingers, say a prayer and hope for the best, really. As always though guys, if you do enjoy today's episode, do drop a like down below on the video. It does really help with the YouTube algorithm. It helps support the channel. I'd be forever appreciative. As well, if you are watching this on the day it comes out, Merry Christmas wherever you may be. I assume if you're watching it live the day it comes out, wherever you are, it is Christmas time. So Merry Christmas. Let me know down below in the comments what you got for Christmas. Did you get any football related presents at all? Hopefully. I mean, Bournemouth we're playing today, they are 5th place in the league. They are substantially further up the league than we are. They're 17 points ahead of us after 27 games. We'll do well to get anything out of this match, and our match after this is the FA Cup. It's against Southampton, or obviously a Premier League team. Again, we're going to be very hard pushed to get anything out of that match as well. I do not like Bournemouth's kit colour here. It is not fun to see against a green pitch. It's obscenely difficult to see against a green pitch, especially when they're moving. It does look like it's raining in Nottingham as well in game. And Bournemouth are on the attack here. Williams has managed to get back and make an actually brilliant tackle there, saving us at the last minute. Pop that one forward to Taylor. It's out to Johnson now. He's swung that one in front of Broja. Broja doesn't get there. It looks like that one's going to go down as an own goal from Nesta Arayojo. But, I mean, we will take the goals where we can get them. It was a really good tackle from Jeffro Williams there, and it's just cut to Johnson from Broja to run onto. He's put so much pressure on that defender. They've had to put in a tackle, because if not, he was going to get there and thump it home himself, and it's gone in. It's 1-0 to us after 16 minutes. I mean, we will take it. It's not a fancy goal. It's definitely not the way we want to be scoring goals, but nonetheless, it is a goal. And that's kind of what we are needing. I definitely think at the moment, I would normally be straightway coming to this team and going, we need a recognised striker. It's very much the problem we had with Bath City that we kind of had just sorted as we left the club, which was we didn't really have a striker capable of consistently putting the ball in the back of the net. Nottingham Forest, exactly the same problem here. Don't really have a striker that seems capable of consistently putting it in the back of the net. But I can't worry about the striker problem at the moment. What we've got to worry about is the fact that we've got no defenders, and we seem to concede goals like no one's business. Good goal there from Bournemouth, to be fair. That is Barkley. I'm assuming it's not Ross Barkley, unless he's dropped down a league, which I guess is entirely possible. So we'll have a quick gander at that in a minute. And it's just a cross into the box. Goalkeeper's not really done a lot there. It's a header. I definitely think next season it is going to have to be a bit of a rebuild. It's definitely going to have to be a bit of a rebuild. It is Ross Barkley. He's contracted to Bournemouth. He's gone over to Bournemouth. He's gone to Bournemouth via Leicester from Chelsea for £10 million this season, so he's now down in the Championship plying his trade. Interesting developments are interesting, but yeah, I definitely think this season's going to be all about let's try and survive. The board want us to get a mid-table finish, and honestly, unless we have an absolutely amazing transfer window here and manage to get some brilliant players in, I can't see us achieving that mid-table finish. If I'm honest, it's going to be a very difficult task. I'm more already going, let's look at surviving this season, let's look at developing players where we can, and then let's look to next season when hopefully we've got a bit more money in the bank and I can have a full transfer window in the summer to build the team, get rid of players we don't want, and bring in some that we do to play with a formation that we want to play with. That's, I mean, it's a good goal, but realistically, again, we've just been outplayed there. We've not pressed at all. I feel like maybe this formation, that is a slight problem we have as well. We're just not pressing the players when they got the ball. I mean, no one's even attempted to tackle either of these players. We've just let Lamar there pass that out to Downs on the outside of the box, and he's just slotted that one home. Yeah, it's a goal from long range, which sometimes are a bit difficult to avoid, but we could at least press and attempt to make a tackle. Would have been good. As it stands, we are only 2 points outside of the relegation zone, and it's all getting a little bit squeaky bum time. Shooting's not been good enough, guys. Go out there, sort yourselves out. With what, 5? Is this 5 games in now? This will be our 5th game in charge of Nottingham Forest. We still don't have an assistant manager. We've advertised for one. I think we've actually offered a contract to someone and we're trying to bring them in. But as it stands, it's taken a long time to get those staffing numbers in. It's very easy when you can just go into a new team and, you know, have a look at who's available and go, yeah, I'll hire you. That's wonderful. But when you actually have to go down the route of advertising a job like we do as per our non-league to legend rules, it does actually become quite difficult because it takes them a long time to apply. I'm going to make a couple of substitutions here as well. Bring on Lee here for McKenna, and I guess here, who do we bring on? Let's bring on Ojeda out on that right hand winger slot. It's a goal kick here for Bournemouth. Are we just going to see them build from the back? It's very, very possible. Big ball there, out to the right of the field for them. And this is, again, we just don't press enough. I think I am going to have to start adjusting those instructions to press a little bit more. Maybe even put an instruction for get stuck in on, because I just don't like us sort of sitting back and not attempting to put a tackle in. Broja here, though, can he make his way to the byline? Not really, but he does cut it back to Freeman. We've managed to somehow retain possession. He's tried to put a cross in. It's not gone very well. Broja with a header. Gojak with a shot. It's gone wide. It's just all a little bit messy. It's a throw in here. Jeffrey Williams has got 16 for long throwings. Hopefully he can launch one in. Into Broja. Nods it back to Williams. Over to Gojak now. Gojak with another shot on goal. And it's another shot that has gone wide. Gojak's been pretty good for us since we've joined the club, to be fair. I'm a big fan. I'm not going to lie. He's seemed to be quite good. Broja's now looking quite tired as well. Do we bring on Burke or Ozzy Lewis? I think we're going to bring on Burke. We're going to encourage the team a little bit. Can we get up? Get a goal, steal a point here. We definitely have grown into the game again. Possession stats are what they are, which is what they are is not very good. But we've had 12 shots, so we are now just above the shot stat for this match against Bournemouth. Williams into the box. Taylor not even going to attempt to try and challenge for that one. Freeman now turns on the outside of the box, pings that one in. Taylor's managed to just tap that one in. As it turns out, that was a good turn by Freeman. It's a good cross into the box. We have gone and kind of nicked one, really. I don't think we've been the better team here, but well, I'll take points where we can nick them. The 4-4-2 definitely works better than the 4-2-3-1. I know we haven't seen that on camera, but it definitely does. And Freeman there just does enough to give Taylor the chance to hit that one home. And it's 2-2 on the night. We encourage the team again. Hopefully we can just keep this now. I mean, if we can go nick and late winner, I'm all for it. But if we can just get a point from this match, at the stage that we are, a point is infinitesimally valuable. Instead of that, we're going to let them in again. It's a free kick to us, though, for offside. Collins, long clearance up the field. It's kind of just been nodded on there, I believe, by Burke. And now Bournemouth are going to get the attempt to launch their ball downfield instead. We have managed to come away with that one, though. Yates now over to Ojeda. Back to Fernando. Who's Fernando? I guess that's Francesca. Gojak now bearing down on goal. Forcing a save from the Bournemouth goalkeeper. And somehow our highlight has started back in our own box. I'm not really sure what happened in between those two. But the highlight is started back in our box, which is where most of the game seems to happen. Bournemouth very, very comfortable on the ball here. Just ticky-tacking this ball around us, really. Very frustrating. Ojoro there, back to the goalkeeper. If we could bear down on him a little bit, pressure him a little bit, that would be good. We've let Bournemouth have a pretty free cross there, although we have come away with the ball. Burke has nodded it down to Taylor. Taylor now, can he just get his way into the box? He can't, but he gets it out to Freeman. Freeman's gone past his man. It's into the box, but Taylor has just kind of pushed the Bournemouth defender over. And it is going to be a free kick to Bournemouth. Bournemouth now on the ball. Barkley again, he's bloody dangerous. I'm not a great fan. I am a great fan. I like him in real life, but in this match, not a fan. That's an interesting clearance from us. What a last highlight. But we have managed to come away with a point, and we haven't looked like we have been too overrun or too out of place. But our next match, as I said, FA Cup match against Southampton, I think that's going to be an altogether very different test. And here is the team we're going to be using against Southampton to attempt to just avoid a bloodbath, I believe, at this point. It's Collins in goal, Williams, McKenna, Worrell and Francesca as our back four again. We've then got Freeman, Cafu, Yates and Ojeda in midfield, and Taylor and Broja up front again. I am naming the team every time. It's going to be relatively similar. As I've mentioned, our squad depth is basically non-existent. So the team is looking very, very similar every time. Tino Livramento there playing for Southampton. He's a very good youth player as well, coming up through the Chelsea ranks currently. Ward-Prowse, obviously the cheat code on those set pieces, as we saw in our rebuilding Arsenal save during the beta version of FM22. His set pieces are second to none in my opinion. I think he's got 20 for corners and 20 for free kicks or something ridiculous like that. It's definitely 20 for corners either way. And really anyway, what we're going to be trying to do here is just preventing an absolute bloodbath against Southampton. They're obviously in the league above us. They've got players like Ward-Prowse that are substantially, I'd imagine, better than our players. And hopefully they've got better fitness levels and a squad that isn't consisting of the same 11 players over and over again. They could probably rotate a little bit for this match if they needed to as well. That is probably our main problem at the moment, and signings with the transfer budget we've got, extremely difficult. Southampton already on the attack here. They've been denied by the post there. I think Collins did have it covered had it been on target. Joe Worrell there managing to get a foot in to deny Southampton another shot there on target. But it's just, I think this is going to be all Southampton. We might have to go cautious. We'll have a look at how the first 20 odd minutes or so play out, but at the moment every highlight up this end. Livramento into the box, Collins making a great save there to deny him a goal. Livramento's managed to recycle possession there just inside the Southampton half, and they very, very quickly made their way back into our box. Livramento now, and that's been coming as soon as the game started really. It's 1-0 to Southampton. And it is kind of what we expected. I'm not expecting to go and get a win in this match particularly. That was great football, to be fair. Out wide to Livramento there, just for him to slot into Yori Alberto. And he slid that one past Collins in goal. Collins seems like a very static goalkeeper. Is Collins Nottingham Forest's goalkeeper in real life? Because if he is, how is he in real life? Because he just seems like... I don't think... He makes like some really good saves like those ones, but every goal I've seen so far that we've conceded, Broja here, Broja's actually managed to level it for us. I did not see that coming, so I wasn't even really, I wasn't not paying attention, but I wasn't commentating on it. So I believe a big clearance from Collins just all the way upfield to Broja. It's managed to go over the Southampton defender, and he's just slotted that one into the right corner. Cool as you like. That's good. I'll take that. We are actually kind of back in the games. Collins there with the assist. Going back to Collins, whenever I've seen us concede a goal, he's just very static for it. I see him make some good saves, but whenever we concede a goal, he just doesn't move. It's like he sees the ball coming towards him and he panics like a deer in headlights, doesn't know what to do with it. Am I meant to catch this? Am I meant to punch it? Do I take it out to dinner and ask it nicely not to go past me? What do I do with it? That's an absolutely atrocious clearance by him as well. Luckily, it's an equally atrocious cross from Livramento, which gives us a little bit of time here to regroup. Ward-Prowse on the edge of the area. And the moment I said the words Ward-Prowse on the edge of the area, I kind of knew where that one was going. It's a really good goal. Ward-Prowse is, I just feel like Ward-Prowse is not a player I ever used until the Arsenal save. It just does seem like a bit of a cheat code. He is good at literally everything, and he's a player that definitely isn't one I kind of hear bandied about as the must sign on any football manager save. But every time I play against him or see him in a save, he seems to be doing pretty well, and he's fantastic for us in our second season with Arsenal. I would have been very interested if we'd done a third season with Arsenal, if he would have continued being as good and helped us win that Premier League, because he was really, really good. He definitely helped us progress a lot in the second season with Arsenal. Right now, they're just kind of tearing us apart now, Southampton. And there's not really a lot we can do apart from sit and watch and hopefully get the occasional counter-attack. But the depth, the difference in quality here is it's very, very obvious to see. I don't want to go defensive here, but we're 3-1 down inside the first half. I genuinely don't see how we get back in this match at all, apart from we can't really even change many sort of roles. I mean, we can drop Cafu to a deep lying playmaker on defend. These guys are all pretty defensive already, and I guess we could go Cafu and Yates back here as defensive midfielders rather than central midfielders, and see if that makes a little bit of difference. We're already on cautious. We are going to demand more from the team. I know we are playing against Southampton, but I don't want to see a 7-1 loss in a YouTube video either. I do those ones off screen if we're going to do them. I thought that was going in. That was going to be 4-1 before half time even. We're not playing particularly well even against a team like Southampton. It's a pretty poor performance. It's one of the worst halves of football I've ever seen. Berate the team. You're playing against Southampton. Jesus Christ. Get it together. We've had 4 shots and we only had 1 goal. Sort yourselves out. I guess we're not actually playing horrifically. Ojeda over on that right-hand side of midfield is having a shitter of a game, really. We are playing against Premier League opposition, so I guess if we just go out and give a good showing, that's something. What I don't want it to do is get ridiculously battered here and that just ruin the team morale. It's not very good anyway because of our form in the league. I don't want it to get even worse and put us in the relegation zone as a result of that. Collins with a big ball forward. That's apparently not a foul on Broja. I have questions about that, but alright ref, fine. And Southampton just building from the back here again. Again, I feel like for our next league match, this probably isn't a match to do it because of the opposition we are against, but definitely for the next match, I feel like we need to be pressing a little bit more. I feel like if we press against Southampton, no, we are just going to get stretched all over the park, and it's not going to be anything positive. It's not going to be anything that's going to help us in this match. It's just going to make matters worse, so I'm not going to do it. We're going to bring on Z Lewis as well for Taylor, not because I feel like he's going to come on and bring improvements. That's more just a fitness change than anything. The players we are starting fairly regular now, like Taylor, who is obviously a youth academy player, I believe, a player for the first team, but come up through the youth academy and has some good potential. So we're trying to play him as much as humanly possible because we will lose Broja at the end of the season. He'll make his way back to Chelsea. We're not going to really realistically be in a position to sign him, so we don't want to just rely on him and then he leaves and we've got no players who can actually score a goal. So while he's here, we need to be playing Taylor every league match if we can. And I think that's very much what this next season is going to be about, is just trying to build for the next season, which I know I've already said, but I just want to hammer home. We aren't winning the league this season, guys. There's not going to be a sudden surge up the table where we end up in the playoffs by the end of the season. That is literally, I think, physically impossible with the team we've got, the transfer budget we've got. Now, I could work on a £1.7 million transfer budget in a season, but I kind of need to do that in the summer where we can sell every player that we don't need and try and make some really good deals in the transfer market. We haven't had the opportunity to do that coming in mid-season, and we've kind of inherited a squad here that, like I said, I can see exactly how the previous manager was struggling because we had 3 centre-backs in the squad. One, like I said, now be denied a work permit, so that's even worse. But the squad depth is absolutely atrocious. I don't know how he was putting a team together. I'd be very interested. I don't know if I go and look on the schedule if we can see what formation they're playing. And that's 4-1 for Southampton here. I don't know if we can go and look and see what sort of formation they were playing before, because I would genuinely be interested to know, because I can't really see what formation we can play that's gonna really work really well with our squad depth. I genuinely think the 4-4-2 is probably the best we're gonna get. It's not great, but it only causes us problem in defence and not the rest of the team, which most other formations cause us problems basically all over the park. Let's bring on Tom Lees here. Let's take off McKenna. Again, just to save McKenna's legs. This isn't a tactical substitution where Lees is going to come back in and get us 3 goals in the next 8 minutes or however much was left at the time I started that sentence. Just trying to make sure that McKenna doesn't break his legs because we really don't have a lot of centre-backs as it is. It's a 4-1 loss against Southampton. I don't like what I've just seen from this team. I really don't, to be honest. It's a 4-1 loss against Southampton. It's not like we're playing Man City or a really, really big Premier League team. No offence to Southampton, men. I feel like we could have gone and done something in that match. Unfortunately, we haven't. And that is us out of the FA Cup. You know, it would have been nice to put together an FA Cup run. My concern now turns towards the league and our run of matches that we've got coming up. So we've now got Southampton who are 3rd, Brighton who are 1st, Crystal Palace who are 5th currently. After that, we then go on a slightly easier run, by no means a really easy run, but a slightly easier run. So maybe, you know, if we can get past these games against Sunderland, Brighton and Crystal Palace intact, maybe we can sort of make a little bit of a comeback here. Maybe the squad dynamics and the tactical familiarity will be a little bit better and we can have a nice bit of running, because we've got Luton there and then we've got Rotherham with top half as well. But actually our last bit of running, Birmingham dead bottom, Blackburn are not far above them, Millwall in 18th, Barnsley in 22nd, Sheffield United to stand out there because they're 2nd, Stoke are 6th, Derby are in 11th and Preston in 15th. So maybe once we've got past these next sort of 2 or 3 games, especially if we manage to make some transfers, maybe we can go on a little bit of a run of form. Fortunate one this episode then, 1 draw and 1 battering from Southampton. We've now got to go away and try and beat 3 teams that are in the top half of the league. They're all top 6. So hopefully we can go get a result against them. If you have enjoyed today's episode and my suffering at the hands of the Nottingham Forest team, then please do hit the like button below. It really does help the YouTube channel out, especially with the YouTube algorithm. We really appreciate it if you could. If you haven't already, while you're down there, why not subscribe as well? It is completely free, and if you press the notification bell as well, YouTube will tell you every time we upload anything on the channel. And you can follow along with our non-league to legend journey and the rest of our season with Nottingham Forest. Until next time though guys, thank you very much for coming over and watching today. I will see you over on episode 23.